Hello, folks. Today I want to talk about my very first experience playing golf. I just decided to switch from Spanish to English to do this video blog since my very first golfers followers in my Twitter account are English speakers, so I decided to do it in English. Uh, I will say that in many sense, golf behaves like life itself or like business itself. Therefore, I started to play golf even before go for the first time to the golf course. I had the opportunity to walk through the golf course for the first time last week with my sister, which is a golfer, and her husband, my brother-in-law, which is a golfer as well. And I had the opportunity to walk through the golf course with them, watching them playing their game, getting the basics rules of golf, and of course they allow me to perform some swims, half swims, and some hits, some puttings. So I got a good very first impression of the rules of the game itself. Then last weekend, I invited a friend of mine, which is a golfer from Bogota, which was coming for the region I'm living on for holidays to play golf, and he accepted, and therefore we went to play it. And I just want to focus in my first real, very first impression about the game, and this one is choosing the caddy, or in other words, choosing your partner. Because as in real life or in real business, sometimes you don't have the option for the first time to choose your preferred or your partners for the business or for life. The same thing for golf. For the first time, you don't have the option to choose your caddy, your partner, and they just selected for you. So, since I consider that the caddy is your partner in the game, is a very important factor for your game. So, since you don't have the chance to choose it first time, so you have to adapt it as as much as you can to the selected caddy, to the selected partner, as usually happens in real business for the first time. Uh, so my very first lesson playing golf, I mean there are many lessons, but I just wanted to be focused in this video blog about choosing or adapting to your partner, your caddy, because very important, especially for first timers like me. So for the first hole, my strategy, I choose the strategy just to be 5 times over the selected par of the hole, which was a 5 par hole, by the way. So in order to warm up and to adapt it to the field conditions, and to start knowing very well and learning the body language of my selected partner, and trying to catch up with him and trying to hang out with him in a best possible way. So, folks, my impression is that in golf is very important not only the people with you are playing with and the other golfers, which is another very important factor, but also your partner will going to assist you, advise you, and establish that relationship from the beginning is the key to survive to your first game at least. And then after you get that knowledge and that understanding and that learning lesson of golf, you are more confident for your next game. That the caddy is such a key factor for success in your golf game. And then, just to summarize my first game, and then another important lesson is that I overestimate my physical status, because I am a triathlete. In 2014, I just practiced triathlon, so I was very overconfident about my physical status. But I just learned that is different in golf. For the second part of the game, the second part, the rest of the 9 holes, because we play the 18 holes, but the second part, the last 9 holes, I overestimate my physical condition and start to feeling the fatigue in my body. In spite of the fact my good physical conditions, I was using a different part of my body, and perhaps I was moving some muscles for the first time in a long time. So I overestimate a little bit my physical condition for the second part of the game, and I start to feeling the fatigue. So instead of increasing my performance due the precision I reached at that time, I of course I reached much better precision, a much better technique for the swim. But then the body fatigue start to account, account, and I feel it. I just uh, reduce a little bit my performance due to fatigue. So there are the first two important things. I want to talk about my first impression regarding my first experience playing golf. Okay, go, folks. See you next time.